it's Ursa Midnight and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are building our world save. This world save is probably one of the most interesting building projects I have done in The Sims 4. However, it cannot beat the rainbow townhouses. The rainbow townhouses will always hold a special place in my heart. That was the first project that I decided to do that really made me branch out of my comfort zone and my building styles and making 6 different styles or types of townhouses. Whereas this makes me think of different ways to build in one neighborhood. So each neighborhood will have a theme corresponding to their area. So we have a modern area with, of course, the exception of Johnny Zest's trailer home, which we could update and make it into a modern home. However, I do like his home that he has, but I am semi-tempted to turn it into a home. So we will see. We might rebuild his home. I also really like just having the same style in that little cliche of a neighborhood and then a different neighborhood having a different style. For example, we have modern on this side, and on the Don Lothario side, we're going to have more of the Mediterranean style. Mediterranean style I have not really built with yet. However, I am very interested in seeing how I would do with that. Because I know he lives with, not Bella, Katrina and her daughters. I believe it's Katrina and her daughters. I could be completely wrong. Anyway, back to the building. This house was an interesting way to make me really think outside of the box on how could I do another modern home without it looking the same as the others. So this one's a little bit larger, and I've been trying to add pathways from the front to the gardens if they have a garden area. The kitchen is very nice and pretty. It's a light blue. I used it's like more of a older style kitchen area while still having a bit of a modern twist. The sink is very nice. It's more on the newer side in the game. And then especially, well, right now we're taking a break, but soon we'll be working on the dining room. The dining room has a table from I think it's the Dream Home Decorator or something. It's one of my favorite packs because I like that there's so many different styles that you can use, and you can also build your own couch, which I really do like, because if you like certain styles like an L couch, you could easily make that in The Sims 4 now. So I really do like how each of these packs all have their own twist in the game. I really do appreciate it because I feel like sometimes it's harder to see stuff like that. I ended up changing the wall from white to a pinkish color just to kind of correlate it to the more neutral colors on one side, and this side's just going to be more of a brighter color. However, it is not as bright as some of the other colors. The living room was a little tricky for me because I was trying to figure out how to put this 3-person couch into the game, and it ended up not working. So we ended up going with a double couch, and then just kind of adding little decorations all around, plants, and all of that. Later on, I'll end up putting a piano. I just realized I forgot curtains on every other room but the front main room. Now you might say, hey Ursa, why do you have different curtains on the kitchen side above the sink? Well, here's the answer. It does not look right with the other curtain that I was using on that at the sink, because it was just glitching through and I did not like the look of it. Anyway, here I'm working on the master bedroom. I kind of went with a theme. You will notice that I go with themes when I build their houses. I have to remind myself to kind of correlate to everything. Here I'm working on the bathroom area, just making it easy, and then the kids' room was super easy to make. For the most part, once I had an idea, I just used the same bedroom theme. I just gave the one bed a different color, but they still have the same bed frame color. So it kind of helps when you're planning on your Sims sharing a room or something, and with a sibling, they can have still some form of matching area. The kids' room is kind of a simple build, honestly. It has like a few toys, has some paintings, It's not super crazy because I feel like these kids wouldn't have super crazy stuff, but they would still have something. And we added a mirror above their bed. We added a toy and a rug. So we made the house as homey as possible. And then here I'm going to work on in the backyard in a minute. The backyard's probably one of the harder parts for me to build because when I actually make them super big backyards, I don't know what to put inside of them. I struggle with that. I struggle with the whole concept of that and just trying to figure out what to put back there and making sure it all coordinates and looks really nice. Anyway, on that note, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for coming to my streams. If you came to my streams, you will know I don't always build on stream. I do tend to build off stream, but we do a lot of gameplay on stream. We've been playing Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we're playing the 100 Baby Challenge, and we're playing the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge. So feel free to join us in that one of those series and just come and have fun, hang out with us. I believe we go live, I want to say at least every weekday between 4 and 7. It might be earlier, so just keep an eye out when I stream. And when you see that I'm live, feel free to join us. We appreciate it. I love the help with the Five Nights at Freddy's series because I am struggling with that game. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.